Hello everyone. So I've been putting this off for like almost 3 months now that I'm gonna get to do this video. And in fact, I think I did an introductory video to this channel more than more than um think over a month now. And yeah, if you remember that saying that says, "He that waits for the perfect weather will not get anything done." I think that's my story, waiting for the perfect weather, waiting to get all this fancy YouTube thing, getting it all perfect. But I think something I've realized is I've just been spinning in circles instead of getting things done and improving as I go. So I'll probably look at this video in a couple of years time and smile to myself that what was I doing? But I will get to it anyways. My name is Philip, and welcome to my channel where my goal is just to talk about uh, stewardship, just to be wise in the use of all we own, especially our money. And my appeal to to people, my audience, is just um, getting to use whatever we own wisely, and in getting whatever we are also pursuing, also doing it with wisdom. And I hope you find value in this channel. So one of the first videos I've been thinking on my mind to to get done is this particular one, talking about the money misunderstanding. And right now, as you're watching this channel, there's probably something about money that's keeping you up at night. Maybe it's some bills that needs to be paid, school fee if you're a student. I think I can relate with that. Just getting out of grad school a couple of years ago, inflation. And for you, maybe it's that side hustle that you're working on that is not hustling fast enough. Or maybe you've just looked into your bank account and thought to yourself, how did you get where you are right now? And I've been there actually. I would say for sure it's not a pleasant experience just to stress about money. I'm not saying to I'm not saying this to make you think, oh, I've mastered everything. I'm in the process, and it's a journey for me. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this channel, just so others can find value in this journey I'm going. But here's something I've realized about money. Money is a tool. It should not be our master. And thinking through that, and to even some of my few years in school, everything we've been taught about money, I'll say, is incomplete. Not totally wrong, just incomplete. There's a huge knowledge gap. We've been told to chase money, get more of it, secure it, protect it, but no one really told us what it actually is. And for people that told us what it is, the knowledge we have was, at least for me personally, I'll say it's limited compared to what I've been able to find on my own growing up. So today we're going to completely redefine money, not from a finance textbook and not from some expert, but we'll just look at it from, okay, from the ground up, see where money actually comes into the picture. And we're gonna use like these four frameworks I've been kind of working with over the past couple of months. And I call it the four M's of money. It's not a strange concept. I believe the three M's of concept has been around for a while. I only added a fourth, which is also not my own original idea, but something have seen it's not really popular. And it's called the four M's of money. That's what I'm gonna target. It's and the first M is the mindset, the making, the managing, and the multiplication of money. So that's kind of the four framework I'm thinking along. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand money in a way that gives you power over it instead of it having power over you. Like I said, in the steward circle, we're talking about building wealth with wisdom and purpose. And if that sounds something like you, go ahead, subscribe to this channel. It's going to be a journey. So let's get into it. So, the money misunderstanding, I'll paint you a picture. You're in your final year of university, or maybe you just graduated. You've spent years studying, pulling all those all nighters, surviving on instant noodles, or maybe skipping meals, or drinking gari. If you come from the part of the world where I come from, gari is a staple made from cassava, or some people call it cassava flakes. Yeah. Or like you have or like me, you have sometimes walked a pretty long distance just because you cannot afford the fare, and everyone around you is also asking the same question on money. So you're about graduating, they'll ask you, so what are you going to do? Or what job are you getting? How much are they paying? And for me, it was getting to be a commercial pilot and nothing else. To be a pilot in my country costs a whole lot of cash. So I opted to go to study mechanical engineering because I couldn't afford, yeah, my parents couldn't afford flying school then. Yeah. And when I finished my engineering degree, my highs was in the lucrative oil industry then, perhaps getting on the rig of one of the well-known international oil companies then to earn big money in quotes then. And suddenly your entire worth, your entire future is reduced to a number, a salary, a paycheck. For all it's worth, that's all your effort has been reduced to. Now here's where it gets interesting. You get the job. I did not work for an international oil company. By the way, I'll say I was just privileged and blessed to get a job right out of college. I know some folks wait years. Fast forward to a month, let's say you get that job, you start earning. Maybe it's 150,000 naira. That's, let's say, $150 equivalent in a month, or maybe it's 500,000 naira. So that's going to be about $500 in a month. The figure doesn't really matter because 6 months in, you realize something. You're still broke, or you're not still at where you thought, oh, this is where I felt I was going to be. And the money comes in, the money goes out, tax, rent, food, transportation, subscriptions. Like nowadays, there's a lot of things you've got to subscribe subscribe to. That's one friend's birthday party you have to go for. You want to go and watch some shows or something of some sort, some emergency this, some urgent 2K from some friends, and you start wondering, if I'm making money, why do I still feel poor? Making money does not equal having money. That's something for sure. Just trying to get my notes going here. And that is what I call the money treadmill. You're running, you're sweating, you're exhausted, but you're actually going nowhere. And here's the thing, this isn't your fault because nobody taught us what money actually is. We're just told to go to school, get a good job, save for raining days, don't spend on luxuries, live within your means. And to be honest, guys, these are excellent advice. I just believe they are incomplete. Nobody told us that money is like energy. Money is a tool. Money is the result of the value you create in the world. So we end up with three major misunderstandings. And the first one is we think money is the goal. We think earning that fat salary is the goal. We see people flexing on social media, the watches, the cars, the trips, and we think that's the goal. Get the money, then life is good. But here's what nobody shows us, the anxiety, the debt. We get into a ton of debt to finance some of these things. And the emptiness that comes when you realize that getting more stuffs doesn't fill the void. I'm not against people getting watches. I'm not against people going on vacations. I like I like to go on vacation for sure. And I if I say, even for me personally, I like just having some nice things. So that's not what I'm saying, that we shouldn't get nice things. But money is not the destination. It's just the vehicle to get to where we want to get to. And the second misunderstanding I think we have about money is that money solves of all problems. Why money solves some problems, it doesn't solve all problems actually. There are people who made millions and lost it all. Why? Because making money and managing money are two different skills, which I've referred to earlier in my framework of the four M's. So if you don't know how to handle 100,000 naira, getting a million naira won't fix that. You just have bigger problems. So more money just amplifies who you are already. And the third misunderstanding about money is people see money as evil or dirty. And some of us grew up with that concept or idea that money is the root of all evil, or rich people are greedy. So we develop this weird guilt around wanting financial success. And I, I, I am not afraid to admit that I care about money. I just don't care the most about it. I hear one guy say it really nicely, and I like the way he framed it. It's like we work almost 8 to 12 hours of our waking day in a week, and we say we don't care about money. We're only lying to ourselves. If we don't care about something, we will not leave our families, like the relationships we care about, and pursue it. And for me, I don't despise the rich, especially those of them creating lots of value. Do I agree with all their principles or decisions? Definitely not, because they are humans. And as humans, we are flawed, and that's including myself. But here's the truth, money isn't good or evil. I will say money is neutral. It's a tool, and just like any tool, for example, take the hammer that a carpenter uses or some builder uses. They can build a house with the hammer, or they can break a window. What matters is who is holding it and what they are doing with it. So money is a mirror. It's reflect your values. So if you've been stuck in any of this mindset, I need you to hear this. You are not broken. You are not behind. You're just working with an incomplete definition of money. So let's take this up a notch. Let's start over. Let's redefine money from the scratch. And here is how I will define it. So, what is money? I want you guys to stay with me here because this is going to change how you see everything. Money is not paper or coins for sure. It's not numbers in a bank account. It's not security. It's not status. So, what is it? What is money? Money is three things, in my own opinion. Number one, money is trust. Think about it. The only reason a 1,000 naira note or a dollar bill has a value is because we agree it has value. If we all don't agree, then it's just paper. So it's trust made tangible. So thousands of years ago, people traded chickens for grain, clothes for tools. That worked, but it was clunky. So humans invented money. It's a universal symbol of trust, which some of us might probably have learned in business studies or economics in maybe high school or some equivalent, depending on whatever country you are. When you had someone, when you hand someone money, you're essentially saying, I trust you give me something of equal value in return. And there's where it gets interesting. The more people trust you, the more money flows to you. I want you to think about that for a second. That money is trust. And the more people trust you, the more money flows to you. And I'm actually thinking of a story in my head right now when I did my first business, but that's someday I'm going to share that story. So, money follows trust. So, the first thing we should know about money is it follows trust. Think about it. Why do people pay more for Apple products than generic brands? The real reason is trust. They trust Apple. Or why do influencers pay money for sponsorships? It's trust. Why do professionals with strong reputations charge premium rates? It's because of trust. So if you want more money, the first question isn't how do I get it? It's how do I build trust? And I think that should be the question we try to wrap our head around. And the second thing is money is like energy. So money is like stored energy. It's the representation of time, effort, skill, and value that you've put into the world as a human being. So when you work, you're converting your energy, your time, your knowledge. So yeah, your time, your knowledge, your creativity, you're converting it into money. And when you spend money, you are transferring that energy to someone else. But here's the key: energy has to flow. Like in basic physics, energy has to flow. If you hoard it, it stagnates. If you waste it, it disappears. But if you direct it intentionally, it multiplies. So money is like energy, and the challenge there for us is to just direct it wisely. That's why people who are stingy and fearful with money often struggle. They are blocking the flow. And people who spend recklessly also struggle because they are leaking energy everywhere. So the goal is to be like a river, not a dam or a broken pipe. So like a river flows. So let money flow through you with purpose. And the third thing that I see money is an exchange of value. This is the most important one. Money is not a reward for showing up. It's a reflection of the value you've provided. So it's you earn money in proportion to the amount of value you've provided. So if you create more value, you likely get more money. So you get paid in proportion to the value you create. Number two, the number of people you create it for. And number three, how difficult it is to replace you. And that's it. That's the formula to get paid in proportion to the amount of value you create. So if you create more value, people will likely give you more money. And if you create value to a ton of people, you likely get more money. And if you have if you make it difficult to replace you or with your value, your solution, you're likely gonna get more money. So if you're not if you're not making money, you want to ask yourself, am I creating real value? Am I creating real value? So ask yourself that. If you're not making money, am I creating real value? And I'm asking myself the same. Am I creating real value? Second question to ask yourself, which I'm also asking myself, is, am I solving real problems? And am I reaching enough people? So those are three questions I will leave you with. And I will also leave you with another question. Am I building skills that are hard to replace? So that's like four questions. Because here's the truth. The market doesn't care about your degree, doesn't care if you have a PhD or master's degree. The market doesn't care about your hustle or how hard you work. That's why some people work so hard and yet they don't make a lot of money. The market cares about results. So if you can make someone's life better or easier or more valuable, you'll always have money. And I can make a whole series on this. It's one of the first lessons I learned in business, like I mentioned, and someday I'm gonna get to it. So the goal is not to chase money, but to create value, and money will follow you. I don't even for starting a business, I don't believe that money is a challenge to starting a business. And that's my own opinion, which I've also seen some people also reinforce. If you create value, money will follow you. Of course, the complexities might vary depending on the type of business, but something I know for sure, even in some of the examples I see, people that start business that create value, they hardly say money is a problem. Usually, money will show up when you create value. And again, that's my own opinion. And I've seen quite a number of even successful people agree with that. Of course, that's in various form. Anyways, that's just that's not where we are going. So let's recap. Money is trust made tangible. Money is energy that flows. And thirdly, money is an exchange of value. So money is trust made tangible, money is energy that flows, and money is an exchange of value. And when you understand these three things, everything changes. So you stop begging for opportunities. What do you do instead? You start creating value, and money becomes a natural byproduct of who you are and what you build. So now you understand what money really is, but knowing what it is isn't enough. In the next video, I'm going to give you my complete framework, which I had referenced earlier, the 4 M's of money. And that will show you exactly how to master it. So that video drops on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm still trying to figure out this YouTube thing. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss it. And I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, thanks. See you.